Do you ever wonder how the world's gonna look like in 30 years? In a recent documentary called World's Future Mega Projects, they explore ambitious projects that have the potential to fundamentally impact civilizations all across the world. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the most impressive mega projects being built throughout the world right now. These are things like massive dams, artificial islands, and skyscrapers that are over 1,000 feet tall. By the way, if you want to stay updated about the most amazing structures now under construction, click the subscribe button and we'll keep you up to date on all the newest mega projects throughout the world. With that being said, let's dive in. Number 10. The new capital of Egypt. Egypt's new capital will emerge from the desert 50 kilometers of Cairo. Cairo currently has 20 million citizens, which is more than the city's infrastructure can support. It's expected that by 2050, there will be twice as many people living there, adding to the already high levels of pollution and traffic in the city. This is why the new capital is being built. 6 million people would live in the new capital, which would also contain Central Park-sized government buildings and parkland. Even the famous tower, which is the tallest building in Africa, will be located in the new city. Even though the name of the capital hasn't been decided yet, the government offices have also already moved there. The project will cost $40 billion in total. Number 9. China's Bahitan Dam. As of the year 2022, China constructed the second largest dam in the world with a capacity of 16,000 megawatts. This generates over 8 times the power of the legendary Hoover Dam located in the United States. This $34 billion project was underway in April 2021. The final turbine was activated in May 2022. Number 8. China's largest football stadium. The Chinese Super League has significantly improved football in recent years by integrating superstars into its league. Following this, they set out to complete the construction of the largest football stadium by the year 2020. This project was estimated to have a capacity of 100,000 people, passing the Barcelona Stadium. However, the project was abandoned to financial difficulties. It's now the most indebted company in the world after Chinese government took over the project and put it up for sale. Number 7. Economic City of Jeddah. In 2016, Saudi Arabia unveiled its 2030 vision. Saudi Arabia seeks to lessen its dependency on oil with aid of green energy and tourism. In order to do this, they've invested over $20 billion into the building of Jeddah. It has recently advanced significantly since the completion of the fundamental road infrastructure. The biggest building ever constructed is planned to be built in Jeddah. Number 6. Padma Bridge. Bangladesh has several rivers, and the majority of its land is 5 meters below sea level. As a result, problems with flooding are preventing the construction of modern infrastructure. This heavily impacts their economy, which is why the enormous Padma Bridge project will link the national's capital to the south. This project comes with an interesting twist. They were originally given $3 billion by the World Bank, but all the donors withdrew their support after the Bangladeshi government was accused of corruption. Then, in 2014, Bangladesh took control of the situation and started using its own funds. The bridge now has 2 levels, a lower level with a single-track railroad and an upper level with a 4-lane highway. With a length of 6.1 kilometers and 42 pillars, the bridge is the largest in Bangladesh and among the longest river crossings in the world. It's anticipated that it'll increase GDP by up to 2% and will provide daily services for 75,000 automobiles. Number 5. New Clark City. The Philippines is preparing a backup capital if its current capital, Manila, becomes uninhabitable. The Philippines is part of the Ring of Fire, a region of the planet with several active volcanoes and earthquakes. This is extremely dangerous and exactly why they're building a backup capital. Many of the authorities have rated the nearby volcanoes as very active. If one of those volcanoes erupts, hundreds of thousands of people would need to be evacuated, and that's where the new Clark City comes in. This city is bigger than Manhattan and being built to the north of Manila. It will have 1.2 million housing units and special industrial zones. The execution of building the city is broken down into 5 phases of development that will be completed over 30 years. The first phase is set to be completed in 2023. Number 4. The new airport in Vietnam. Interestingly enough, there's already an airport in Vietnam known as Ho Chi Minh City. This airport handled over 35 million people in 2019 despite not having the capacity to do so. This is why the government approved the construction of the long-term airport in 2021. This airport can accommodate 100 million passengers annually, and it's going to be built in 3 phases. After the Vietnam War, mines were everywhere in the country, but by 2021, remediation operations related to mining had been completed, making it safe to start developing. In the initial phase, the airport could accommodate 25 million people. The second phase will add a second runway that will boost the passenger terminal's capacity to 50 million people. The price tag for this project is $16 billion, and it's one of the most expensive in Vietnam's history. Number 3. Merdeka Tower. This is an ongoing construction of one of the tallest mega skyscrapers in the world. The Merdeka Tower, which has been under construction since 2014, may be the last of its kind by the time it's finished. The US has no plans for any additional extremely tall skyscrapers. China has even banned the construction of new ones, and the other anticipated mega tall skyscrapers have experienced delays. At 679 meters or 2,227 feet tall, it's the 6th tallest structure in Kuala Lumpur. Honestly, at this point, I think Malaysia is just trying to make the most impressive skyline in the world. Number 2. Moscow International Business Center. Russia is building 2 more towers in their financial district. This district is virtually complete. This neighborhood was planned in the 1990s to accommodate 300,000 people and act as the capital's financial hub. Construction initially began in 1995, but it was put on hold when the investments dried up. Thankfully, the project received $12 billion by 2014, when it was halfway constructed, and construction on the 1 tower and the Grand Tower resumed again in 2019. The 1 tower will stand at a height of 445 meters, making it the tallest building in all of Europe. And in 2024, work on the Moscow Business Center will be completed. Number 1. Denmark's Energy Islands. Denmark is constructing a full artificial energy island in the North Sea. This is in addition to the world's first ever built offshore wind farm. Basically, the country is building a power plant around wind turbines. The first step is that they'll be conducting geological assessments to make sure that the seafloor is suitable for laying foundation. After that, they basically have to build an island using 4 million tons of soil that will be carried to the North Sea. These turbines are going to be huge. They're about 50% larger than what's needed in Denmark, and 3 times bigger than the Statue of Liberty. I don't know about you, but trying to picture 3 statues of liberty is almost impossible, which is what makes this project so exciting. Personally, I have to say that this is my favorite project on this entire list. Now, all of these mega projects are already being built, so let me know in the comments which one you think you like the most. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.